It's a beautiful Sunday morning. It's a little bit cloudy, but I hope you're well. Thank you for joining me on our Lions Get Active walk for diabetes and awareness and wellbeing. My name's Andrew Stacey. I'm from the City of Adelaide Lions Club. Thank you for joining me this morning if you're up with me this morning. Bit cloudy, but that doesn't stop us. All you're going to do is rug up, get the umbrella out, and we're good to go. So if it starts raining, I might need to pause and just get the umbrella out and running out. But I hope you're all well. Morning, Petrea. There's quite a few people out here actually, considering it's a little bit cloudy, which is all good. There's lots of noise in the background with some glass, a whole bucket load of glass. Today I'm at Victoria Park Racecourse, where I normally have been. Thought we'd come back here after being at Gazer Footy Park last week. I've got there's plenty of people here, which is really good to see. Getting an exercise out this morning. Must be a much shorter video today, but if there's anyone online who wants to ask any questions, and obviously I'm more than happy to answer those. And otherwise I'll chat away as we're going around. For anyone who's new this morning on the live feed, this is our Lions Get Active program. And this is where we're talking about and raising awareness about diabetes and our well-being. So I've spoken about diabetes before. I'm using this platform to talk about what Lions clubs do and what the service does. So if you've got any questions about Lions Club, more than happy to ask them while I'm walking around Victoria Park here. If you've got any questions about diabetes, then obviously I'll talk about those as well. And if you've got any questions about wellness, we can talk about that too. So, get a bit of tear in the eye. So I hope you're all well. If you're following me and you're at home in the warmth, on your exercise bike or on your treadmill, that's fantastic. Keep that up. And we can chat while you're doing what you're doing and while I'm here at Victoria Park. Excuse me. My eyes watering. So welcome this morning. Thank you for joining me. Really appreciate it for those who've been coming along with me the last few weeks and here with me this morning. For those who don't know, I'm part of the City of Adelaide Lions Club. We're a Lions Club that serve the community through various projects. We fundraise to run those projects that help those who are disadvantaged or vulnerable. And I guess even with these strange times with the COVID-19, there are ways that we can certainly help. Various Lions clubs might be doing what they can, or they're still figuring out what they can do. So if you've got any questions about what a Lions club can do, even during this time, please just give them a call, get in contact with them, and they'll let you know what they can obviously do. Obviously what they can do will be limited compared to normal, but please don't be afraid to ask to at least find out. So, excuse me. So this program is all about just raising awareness about diabetes. For those who don't know, who didn't join me maybe on the first podcast, I talked about the fact that Lions International have 5 global causes. And so those are diabetes, hunger, the environment, childhood cancer, and the last one's eluding me. And I had it before. I'll come back to it. And so what we're doing is raising awareness about diabetes. As we know, diabetes affects a lot of people in Australia and worldwide. Diabetes comes in 2 types. You've got type 1, which is one you're usually born with, which affects your insulin production. And then there's the type 2 diabetes, which is highly lifestyle dependent based on what you eat, your activity levels, and those sort of things. So we're simply using this platform here by walking around Victoria Park Racecourse to do our bit in terms of providing an option for the people that want to prevent diabetes or manage their own diabetes. So you can come and walk with us once the whole COVID stuff is over and the social distancing is done and dusted. When that's over, we're going to get our walking group up and running again. We're at Victoria Park Racecourse for the first couple of months of doing this program, and then we're going to start changing up, and obviously I'll let everyone know where we'll be for those. But we're going to go, because we're with the City of Adelaide, we're going to Lions Club. I was thinking of going down around different places around the city of Adelaide, the council area. But obviously we'll let you know where we're going to be with plenty of warning. And so we're using this program, or we've just developed this program, just created it just so that it provides an option for everyone, whether you're a line or a non-line, to come along, get some exercise, and that way we can do our little bit to prevent diabetes if you don't have it, or if you do have it, just to manage it. Just make sure that you're medically cleared to do so. All right. And like I said, all we're doing is doing some exercise to make sure that you're doing your physical activity to manage or prevent diabetes as best we can. If you've got more questions about how to do that, please ask. If you've got more questions, please see a GP or your medical practitioner. Just look around to see where everyone is. Please don't take my word for gospel. I'm far from a GP or anything like that. I know what I know. But I'm just doing our bit just to help people out to manage diabetes or to prevent it. So we're just providing an option for those who want to join us, whether you're a line across Adelaide or not a line at all. So I'll get these live feeds on my personal page as well, so people can see them. For those who haven't, there are plenty of people who aren't lines that follow this page, which is fantastic. So I really thank you for coming along with me on these walks. If you're walking on your treadmill at home, or on your exercise bike at home, or you're doing floor exercises, or you've got a vertical climber, who knows what, and you're on that, that's fantastic, well done. If you're exercising later in the day, as the few people that I spoke to online last week did, that's fantastic. In your own time is when you can do it. What I'm really keen to know is that if you are doing exercise, sort of in response to this program that we're doing here, Lions Get Active, please let me know. Yvonne Bradford did last week. They were at Port Broughton and they'll go for a walk on the beach later on that day. And I know that two of our Lion Club members from the City of Adelaide Club, Jen got on her skates with her daughter. They were out here at Victoria Park, and Lynn, who was helping me out with this program, got out and did a yoga class that morning, which was fantastic. So thank you ladies for still doing your bit, and I hope all you other Lions out there, oh well done hun, good job. So I hope all you other Lions and all you non-Lions out there are getting your exercise in there. So it's all about just preventing diabetes. There are many ways to do it. We're just providing one way and one option for everyone. So you're more than, when the whole COVID virus is over and we don't have to worry about so much our social distancing, then obviously we'll promote everyone coming out and joining us and being part of it. So that's the diabetes side of things, awareness that we're promoting. So if you've got any questions out there about diabetes, more than happy to try and answer them for you. As I said, I'm not a medical practitioner. I just know what I know. I can research stuff if you haven't researched anything, and I'm more than happy to talk about it, whether it's online now with me live, or if you've got any questions for me during the week, and I'll talk about them next week, next Sunday, when we're out here as well. Obviously, the other side of things that we'd like to talk about is wellness as well. So diabetes has a huge correlation with our wellness, but there's different there's different variations of our wellness. So I thought I'd talk about a little bit about that today. So if you've got any questions, please send them through. I've just stopped for a second because I'm just watching my daughter get herself ready. So managing our wellness is also really important. Our wellness comes in many forms. It usually comes in about 5 forms. It usually comes in our physical wellness, our mental wellness, our emotional wellness, which can also be known as our psychological wellness, as well as our spiritual. So that's 4. So I'll talk about 4. Our physical wellness is obviously what we physically do to keep active. What's it? There you go. Our physical wellness, just helping my daughter get ready there. She's riding a bike and has just started learning to start the bike by herself, which is marvellous. You right, hon? I won't get her on video.
Do not need a hold my other one though.
All right. So the first one, so the part that we're talking about, obviously, or getting out here and doing this program, is looking after our physical wellness. So actually getting out there and being active. So that activity, the reason why we're here at Victoria Park is it allows us to have options of what people want to do. So if you want to walk with me, you can walk. If you want to ride, my daughters are here riding. you can ride. With one of our members is roller skating, so get them out and roller skate. If you've got a scooter, scoot. If you've got whatever it takes to exercise, oh, sorry about the video being shaky there, then bring it along. We don't care what you do. We just want everyone to physically get out there and start moving. If you want to jog, we can jog. If you want to walk at a slow pace, we can walk at a slow pace. If you want to start walking at a faster pace, then we'll walk at a faster pace. The beauty of what this program is that we can tailor it to anyone's fitness level. So if you know that you've got a fairly decent fitness level, you can go off ahead and you're all good. If you're a bit slower or you can't walk as far, again, not a problem. The whole beauty of being here at Victoria Park is the course that we walk here is about 1 kilometre, so you can fairly well measure what you've done. If you know you can only walk, say, the main straight and back, then that's all you do. If you know that you can walk 10 laps here, off you go. That is not a problem. The options there are completely endless and completely can be completely tailored to what you can do. If you'd rather jog than walk, then jog 3 laps. Again, it's not a problem. It's just a matter of getting out there. So we'll start off as a group, we'll get together as we go around. You people can chat as they go, and then we'll meet up at the end. So it really is there designed to be suited and catered towards anyone who wants to come along. So like I say, if you know that if you've got diabetes and you need to manage your diabetes, we're purely offering an option for you to look after yourself. If you know you can only walk 100 metres, then come along and do that with us. Just do the 100 metres and then take a seat at the cafe here, and you can watch the rest of us go around, and we can chat and we can catch up with you as we're going around. And hopefully the next time you come out, you can do 150 metres. We'll literally start in increments and build on those little extra steps, those little extra increments, and go from there. So please do not feel that if you're restricted by your body or your mobility, that you can't come out and join us. So please come out and join us when obviously the social distancing is over and the COVID is down a little bit, and we get those, and we get the advice from the government and our medical authorities. So please get out there and do what you can do. So that's the physical wellness. We know that walking is good for our bodies in general. As humans, we are born to move. We are made to move. And so that's why we need to move. And that's why diabetes has become such a problem worldwide. Australia especially, with our high sugar nutrition and that sort of stuff. So the physical exercise is good for our hearts, good for our blood and circulation. All right?
Yeah, I want to run up here.
Okay. It's good. So getting exercise is good for maintaining a good blood pressure, maintaining our cardiovascular system, which is all about our heart and the blood moving around our body. It's good for our muscles. Our muscles are made to move. They're born to move. They need to be moved so that they stay strong. If you
Hello there. Hey, right there.
If you don't use our muscles, we lose them. You don't use them, you lose them. So if you're always sitting around, your muscles will get weaker. They're designed to do that. So I know full well that people have restrictions on what they can and cannot do. So you only do what you can. But the reason anyone's going to say to you, make sure you get some exercise, make sure you're either lifting some weights or doing push-ups or getting out and doing a run, is to make sure that your muscles are being used so they don't waste away. It's really important to do that. Otherwise, you know, the clear effect of the clear vicious circle is that they're going to get worse. So yeah, if you haven't exercised for a while, it might be a little bit uncomfortable and a little bit painful at the start. Like you might get some muscle soreness afterwards. Rest assured, your muscles will recover, and you just got to get out there again until your muscles get used to being used again. So make sure you do that whenever you get the chance. Like I say, it might be hard at first, but the whole point is to try and be as consistent as possible, and I guarantee it'll become easier. I'm not a fitness expert. I've done some stuff like that back in the past. So I can give like basic advice, but nothing, you know, professionally. But muscles need to be used. Like I say, it's good for our heart. Like I say, if you've got diabetes, it's really good for maintaining your weight. Weight can be a problem if you've got diabetes, especially if you're not exercising. Therefore, you might put some on. Now, if you want to lose weight, if you want to just get out there and be generally fitter, come out and do a walk, and that's great. As long as you're physically moving for your general health, that's fantastic. If you actually want to lose some weight though, you need to make sure that whatever exercise you do, you're actually getting your heart rate up. Now, hopefully you're starting to hear that my breath is starting to get a little bit shorter as I'm talking to you. So I know that my heart rate is getting up there. You need to make sure your heart rate actually gets up. If your heart rate isn't up, the exercise isn't a waste of time, but you're not going to burn those calories that you're hoping to burn to lose the weight. So you need to make sure that whatever exercise you do, you actually get your heart rate up if you want to lose weight, if that's what you're aiming to do. If you're aiming to actually get fit, then clearly you've got to get your heart rate up a little bit more again and get yourself to the point where you can't talk while you're exercising. You don't want to be gassing yourself out 100%, but if you can talk while you're exercising, you can work harder. So if you actually want to work on your fitness levels and actually get fitter, then you've got to get your heart rate up even more for longer periods of time. Now, the magic number is 20 minutes. 20 minutes of exercise, whether you're wanting to lose weight or to actually get fitter, is the magic number. You need to exercise for longer than that, so it gets to the point. Just my daughter coming to get a jacket. That 20 minutes is the magic number, because you've got to get to that point where you get past burning sugar in your body and you get to the point where you're burning fat, and that takes 20 minutes of exercise to get to that point. So if you're just exercising for general fitness, for general wellness, you can do 10 minutes of that at a time, 3 times a day, and that way you're getting to 30 minutes. But if you want to lose weight or actually gain fitness, then you've got to do those prolonged periods of exercise. Doing 10 minutes here and 10 minutes there isn't going to be enough. You'll exercise, which is great, and it's better than nothing, but it won't actually get you to lose weight. The whole point of losing weight is to burn fat, because fat is an energy source. But before you get to 20 minutes worth, all you're doing is burning the sugar that's in your body. So that's good for what we want to do to a point, obviously. And that's why I'm suggesting, if you want to get out there and do some exercise, burn those sugars that are in your body to keep your blood sugar levels at a good rate, at a good level, then do that. That's not a problem. Walk for 10 minutes at a time, 3 times a day, 4 times a day, and break it up. But if you want to actually lose weight, yeah, that's when you've got to do actual 20 minutes plus of actual exercise in one hit. It's after that 20 minutes or so that your body starts using the fat stores in your body to use as energy. And so that's when you actually start burning those fat cells as energy to do what you're then doing. So work your way up to it. Don't try and do 20 minutes if you've never done exercise before. That's obviously silly. Work up to it. Scotty, how are you, buddy? Hope you're well, man. So you've got to build up to. Don't be silly and just go out there and do 20 minutes if you've never exercised before. Build up to that. But for those who don't know, and for those who get confused, that's the difference between just walking and exercising for our general health. But if you want to lose weight, there's a certain way of doing it. And if you want to get fit, then there's a certain way of doing that as well. So they're the differences. So that's our physical stuff. Like I said, the whole point of doing the Lions Get Active program is to actually get out, get the blood circulating, especially for those who have diabetes. Some people who have diabetes have problems with their feet, and so therefore they've actually got to get out and physically move their feet just to get the circulation going. There's more that they'll probably have to do depending on how bad their feet are, but at least it's a start. So exercising is good for our circulation system, it's good for our muscles, and then exercise is good for our mental state, the psychological state. Can you get India to help? Then there's the mental side of our wellness. Mental side is becoming hugely prevalent in our society with all the stresses and our lifestyles going on. So if you're having a bad day, having a bad time, a bad period, please make sure you talk to someone, whether that's a friend, trusted colleague, or if you need to seek professional advice like a counsellor, please do so. Our mental health is now becoming really, it's now being recognised as being as really important. I'm just checking out to see how my girls are going. Really important about our mental health. Our mental health consumes a lot of what we think and how we cope with stresses. And so looking after our mental health is hugely important. So our social well-being Like I said, what we're trying to do with the Lions Get Active program here is to allow people to have that social outlet. We know that some of our members use Lions clubs as a social outlet anyway. They may not do a lot of projects that we do, but I know they want to get involved with the social side of things, and so it provides that outlet for them. So we're happy to do that for people. We're a club that actually want to be together. We actually like each other, and so we're happy to hang out together socially. We've done it a number of times, and I know that a few other Lions clubs are starting to get on board with that. And so that's taking care of our mental health. Having someone to talk to about those sort of things is really important. Don't underestimate the value of, if you're having a bad day, getting off your chest, talking to someone, whether they give you an answer or not is actually irrelevant. Allow them. I'll get to that in a minute then, Scotty. Scott's asked me to do 10 push-ups. I'll get down and do that soon. You're right. Keep walking. Cool. What was I saying? So yeah, so that means like get out there and talk to someone, no matter who it is. Getting things off our chest is hugely important. Don't underestimate how powerful that can actually be. You know, physical exercise is even so good that if you're in a bad mood, get out and exercise. It'd be amazing how long, you know, if you're angry about something, get outside and go for a walk. I challenge you to stay angry for more than 10 minutes about it all. Whatever's got you angry, if you get out and exercise, there is no way in the world that you're going to stay angry about what it is if you get out and exercise. Obviously it gets our blood pumping, gets our muscles moving. It starts to change the chemical processes going on in our head. So when we're angry, obviously the chemicals floating around, and anger is good. It's a great emotion because it does get some things done. But the chemicals change in our head. As soon as we exercise, we start getting endorphins moving, which is a happy drug in our head, and that's what changes our mood. It allows us to think rationally or logically, or to see things more clearly, or allow us to use our empathy skills and see whatever's happening from another point of view. That's why exercising is so good when we're angry and when we're mad. I challenge you to get angry, or if you're ever angry, see how long you can stay angry for. If you go out and get exercise and get away from that situation, you won't last long. You have to be pretty damn angry about something to stay angry for even more than 5-10 minutes. So that's why exercise is so good for our mental health. Literally everything moving gets everything moving in our brain and allows us that space to think more clearly. That's why it's important that if you are going through mental health issues such as depression, exercise is always recommended from GPs. You don't feel like doing it, but the first step is just getting out there, and even walking to your letterbox and back. Just get out and get moving, because the next time you might go out to the letterbox plus an extra 20 meters, or you might just go back and forth to your letterbox twice or 3 times. It's just making that first step. The first step is always the most hardest and most crucial. Go Addie! Well done! She just did a little new move on her bike there. Yeah, so that's why exercise is so good for us mentally. Whether it's going to the gym, on a treadmill, playing sport, going rock climbing, whatever it is, that movement is crucial to our mental well-being. Like I said, if you're having a hard time mentally, whether you've got work stresses, financial stresses, relationship stresses, your children are driving you insane, please talk to someone. I'm happy to talk to anyone. I'd like to think I'm a good listener, so I'm always happy to be an ear for anyone. Just hit me up. Happy to talk about whatever it is that's on your mind, and we can work through it. Like I say, I don't need to give you answers. I'm happy just to listen. Just to listen. If you need actual advice on how to go through, changing some of the stresses in your life, then we can talk about those. That's not a problem. I'll always help someone work out how to cope. I won't give you the answers, but we'll obviously help each other to get there. If you go and see a counsellor, that's exactly how they'll work. They won't give you the answer of what to do. They'll help someone figure it out. They'll figure out why it's affecting you, how it's affecting you, and why you're letting it affect you so much. And they'll help you come up with an answer that you are happy to take charge with and make a difference to whatever's going on. So even in this rain, there's going to be a little bit of rain coming down. There are people riding, there are people walking their dogs, there are people on their scooters. It's just fantastic. Come on down. Get outside. Doesn't matter if it's raining. A bit of rain means you just put a jacket on, get the umbrella out, have a drink while you're walking around exercising, and it's all good. Then there's the psychological, so we're talking about the psychological well-being there. Part of our well-being is our social well-being. Lions provide that as a club, as an organisation, for the social side of things. Our club has a dinner meeting once every month. We use the opportunity to go through a few business things, but we certainly use that as an opportunity for everyone to get together, have a meal, have a laugh, have a chat about what's going on, either in our Lions Club or what's happening personally with us. So we love having that. We've started doing a few more social activities, like we went on the Port Adelaide Dolphin Cruise earlier this year. We're thinking of organising a wine tour because one of our members owns a couple of wineries. You know, we'll look at things like one of our members is a mad golfer, so we're going to try and organise a day out in the golf green. We even just have a couple of dinner nights at one of our members' homes. They've got a beautiful home, so we've been out there a couple of times. Around your waist, honey, around your waist. Put the bike down, put it around your waist. So yeah, so we use our club as a social outlet for people. So again, if you're interested in becoming a Lion and you want to do it just purely for the social side of it, then please come along. Again, once the social distancing is over, that's what this program is for. We want to allow people the space to have that social outlet. Oh, good job, hun. We want to provide that opportunity for people to have that social outlet. And then there's the spiritual well-being of our own as well. Now, if you're religious, then you'll have that space. If you're not religious like me, then again, getting out and being physically active allows you to be part of nature, allows you to open up your mind, allows you to appreciate what's going on, or appreciate what's happening wherever you are. You know, it might allow you to, you know, sniff a rose or look at a tree or have a look at a pond. It allows that space for us to mentally de-stress and get things back in order. Might allow you to reflect on what you're doing in your world. Might allow you the opportunity to question what's going on. Certainly nothing wrong with questioning what's going on, because that allows us to find answers that we don't normally think about. I'm just checking out to make sure my daughter's all right. So being spiritually healthy is just as important as the other side of things. If you're religious and you go to your places of worship, then that gives you that clear outlet to continue using those. But if you're not a spiritual person in terms of going to church and being religious like myself, then there are other ways to be spiritually in tune with yourself and to make sure that stays as healthy as other aspects of our lives. Hey babe. You know, going for a walk on the beach can allow you to check out the landscape and allow you to almost like center yourself just for a few minutes or an hour, whatever time you take. It gives you that time for your body to rest and relax, which can help our spiritual side. Look, I'm going to probably leave it there. I'm coming towards the end of my second lap around here at Victoria Park Racecourse. Can you just give a sec? So I appreciate those of you coming along with me this morning. Scotty, I'll get onto those 10 push-ups, buddy. It's certainly hard to do that when I'm holding a phone. But yeah, thank you for coming along with me. Obviously these videos are live on our City of Adelaide Facebook page, so feel free to check them out whenever you get the chance. Please check out that page to see what we are doing within our club and what we will be doing about the COVID virus. Check out our website as well as to what we do as a club if you're interested in joining our club. If you're interested in joining any Lions clubs, please make sure you give them a call, get in contact with them, ask questions. I know I've mentioned the last couple of live feeds that there are so many Lions clubs in Adelaide. No matter where you live metropolitan wise, there'd be at least 2, usually 3 clubs within 5-10 minutes of you. There are that many clubs here in Adelaide that people don't even realise. So again, I'm using this platform just to promote Lions and to increase its exposure. So there is a Lion club near you, no matter where you live metropolitan Adelaide, and there are plenty of clubs out in the country as well. Not all country towns have a club, but there's plenty of them out there. I know in our district there's like 30 30-35 clubs out in the country town somewhere. So again, there's probably 1 or 2 near you, but obviously check out our district website and that'll help you with that. So thank you for coming along with me. If you're still on your exercise bike at home, or if you're on your treadmill at home, or you're doing your floor exercises, or you're walking around the house, whatever it is and you're doing that at home, you've been joining me this morning. Thank you for doing that. Keep up the good work. Next time, when all this social distancing is over, you can join me out here at Victoria Park. It's now starting to rain a little bit, but that doesn't bother me. Come out and join me, we'll get the umbrellas out, and we'll still have a good time talking rubbish at times, getting our exercise done. We are raising awareness, doing our bit for diabetes. We're doing our bit for managing diabetes. We're doing our bit for preventing diabetes. We're doing our bit for mental, physical, social and spiritual well-being as well. And in a few months' time, we're going to launch a couple other ideas that we're going to do under this Lions Get Active title and banner and program as well. So thank you for joining me this morning. I hope you have a ripper Sunday before we go back to work tomorrow. Enjoy the day somehow, however it is that you do that. And I hope if you've got any questions for me, send them through during the week and I'll answer them next Sunday. I'll be out here next Sunday again, doing my bit for all this. So until then, have a great Sunday, have a great week. Hope to speak to you soon, and if not, hopefully you'll be following me soon. And take care of each other. Have a great day.